So the question is, how do you create a strong brand after the crisis? I think you need to understand the experience that customers are desiring now, and that experience, I think, has a lot to do with transparency, with openness, with authenticity. It's no longer just about being cool and being contemporary and relevant, but it's also about these sort of true values. So I think we've seen a change in terms of what are the exciting messages and the messages that will be relevant to customers and resonate with them in our times now. Social media are absolutely critical for creating the right experience these days. I mean, take a look at Twitter or YouTube or Facebook. They are emerging media still. Lots of companies are still struggling in terms of how to use them, but they are very, very important for any kind of brand or experience campaign today. Experience management is not easy. The first step in all experience management is always to ask the question, what does the customer want? Experience management is very much a customer-driven kind of approach. So for new media and social media, what that really means is that we need to know which media they are using and how they are using those media. And it's not just about understanding that, but then also implementing this. And also being watchful, because customers are engaging in conversations and communications about the company. The communication is no longer just one way from the company to the customer, but it's also coming from the customer to the company, and we need to consider that as part of our strategy. I mean, we've seen that there has been a debate around this notion of privacy. Facebook has been facing this debate, to a certain degree also Google with its Google Street View. I think the whole concept of what customers consider to be private and what they want to share is going to change. When you're looking at the younger generations, for example, they have a very, very different concept about this because of different experiences that they have had in their lives. So I think we'll see quite a shift in terms of what will be acceptable in terms of sharing and in terms of publicly displaying. A company that has an excellent strategy when it comes to customer experience management is, of course, Apple. And not only with respect to new media and social media, but also with respect to the launch of their products, with respect to the store that they are integrating more and more with social media. Nowadays, when you go into the Apple store in New York, for example, and you're part of Facebook, you would get a greeting. They would welcome you to the store. You would get a message from them immediately. So this sort of integration between old media, new media, stores, and so on is really very, very well done by a company like Apple. I think an important outcome of great experience management is that you're acquiring new customers, you're bringing new customers to the brand, but you're also, and this is very important, you're really sending a powerful message to your existing brands that, that they are important after having purchased something during the consumption process. So you're building loyalty, you are getting them to recommend your product, so the Net Promoter Score should be going up. So experience will have very, very positive effects on what is nowadays called the lifetime value of customers, or the customer equity.